Hello, welcome to Mental Health Fan Edition number 6. I had to look at the book because I can't count that high. I'm here today with Jonathan Montellano. Good enough, right? Huh?
Yeah, that's fine.
Jonathan's from Phoenix, or he's in Phoenix right now, so yeah, we're pretty far away right now.
Uh, Actually, the town is Tucson. It's like south of Phoenix. I'm closer to the border to Mexico. So,
Either way, it's really far from Canada.
and it's really hot.
Not the farthest. I'd say my interview with King from yeah, like Gorgoroth and the Bath and stuff. He was in Oslo, Norway, so
Yeah.
that's pretty far. That's over an ocean. So yeah, that was sweet. Okay, so yeah, some of your favorite bands. I've noticed that a lot of your bands you really like, they have dead guys in them. You know, like you got Typo Negative and Woods V Pray.
Yeah,
You know, that sucks. You know, dead musicians aren't awesome to follow because you can't see them live.
yeah, it kind of sucks because when I discovered Woods of Bray, it was like a few months right after David Gold died,
Oh,
and
that's the worst.
yeah, I heard like the music. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta check these guys out. I go and like online, it's like, oh, rest in peace, David Gold. I'm like, fuck. It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it's a shame. And then Peter, what's his last name?
Steel.
It's Peter Steele. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's metal. You know.
Yeah, I was actually into them right before he died, but I was too young to even go to concerts and too broke.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
So
man. What was your first real concert you got to go to then?
my first concert I went to was, I believe I was 14 years old, and I just went to go hang out with friends, but we all went to see Godsmack, and it wasn't great.
I've heard that. Yeah. My buddy went and saw Volbeat and Godsmack recently, and he's like, Volbeat like blew them out of the water.
Yeah, I wasn't really into any band that was there. I would say like the first concert I've ever went to where I saw my favorite band was probably Lamb of God, like 2008. Like
Oh
right before
yeah,
they released Wrath. So that was
good.
probably the
That's
best one.
good
The
times.
first real one I would say.
Yeah, the first
But
time I saw Lamb of God was Ozfest '04. My brother and I drove down to Mansfield, Massachusetts. So that was
oh,
just
that's not
that was
bad.
just before Ashes of the Wake came out.
Oh
Legendary.
man,
Yeah,
yeah, that's a long time ago.
yeah,
I'll still say As the Palaces Burn is still my favorite album by them.
yeah, yeah. Mine too. Mine too. I like the gritty, accidental production by Devin Townsend better than the redone one. Maybe it's just because like that's what I was used to and everything. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I definitely agree with that one. It was like more raw, I would say,
it was
listening to
gritty.
it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and then you hear it now, like the new one, it's like, I can't do it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that and our it's been almost 20 years, right? So our tastes change a bit, and yeah,
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
what it is.
I got more into like more doom metal, and then thanks to the internet, I was able to find a lot more bands that I've never even heard of, or bands coming out such as that, like super groups or anything, or just people here in my state in Arizona. I'm surprised. Like I before, I've never even heard of Gate Creeper, and I know they're getting really big. And I didn't even know one of the guys. He lives like right down the street from me, which is intense. So,
Awesome. That's real cool. Just knock on his door. Can you sign this?
uh, he's very homebody. I don't think he wants to be bothered by anybody.
Okay, so just slip it in the mailbox and come get it in an hour. You know?
Exactly. Have you ever heard of Gay Creeper?
No, I haven't. I'll check them out though for sure.
Yeah, they kind of like coined a term for the genre. Instead of death metal, they call it Sonoran Desert Death Metal, because that's where we live over here, is the Sonoran Desert, and they really like to push that towards. But
Yeah, if
it's
you can
good stuff.
localize your brand and rename it, make it a little bit more unique, then yeah, it'll help you out.
Yeah, it's kind of weird sometimes. Like if you, even if you were to start a band yourself, and you can't even describe what kind of genre you are. That's a problem we have with my band. We just say we're metal. They're like, "Oh, what type of metal?" I'm like, "I don't
What
know."
branch of the metal tree are you? Are you near the
Yeah,
trunk? Are you at the top? Are you just a leaf? What are you?
yeah. We're just like, we're just gonna call it desert metal because we live in the fucking desert and it's so hot. So
Oh,
let's call it that. Leave us alone.
yeah. Just buy it or leave.
Right.
Oh, cool. So, yeah, we were talking a bit before I pressed record about Mudvayne and stuff. Yeah. Have you seen? Did you get to see them live before they broke up?
No, I didn't. I saw Hell Yeah. I think it was about 2007 or 2008, and that was Jack Ray's other band, and that was when they even had the guitarist from Mudvayne into that.
Yeah,
I think Bob Zilla from Damage Plan was in it during that time, and
yeah,
then
very cool.
Vinnie Paul, of course.
Oh yeah, like the only thing about Vinnie Paul that I found a little bit weird was like he was a fantastic drummer and everything. Don't get me wrong, but when after he died, like this year on the anniversary of his death, his official fan page said um, to have a shot to honor Vinnie Paul, and I was just like, okay, that's a little bit weird, you know. I didn't like that very much because it was like, okay, would you do heroin to honor Lane Staley?
Right.
Would you go skiing to honor Sonny Bono? Would you take a bath to honor Whitney Houston? Would you raw dog a prostitute to honor Easy E? Would you take a shit to honor Elvis? You know?
Right. Or would you go drive a car and crash into somebody for what was that dude that what was his name? He was hanging out with the singer Molly Crew, and he happened to
Oh yeah,
get in
that
a
was like
car
'80s
crash
style.
with him.
They're all fucked up back then. I watched
Yeah,
the movie The Dirt, or yeah, whatever that was, and
yeah, I saw that movie. It was funny, but
it was good, like good for a
it was
movie.
okay.
I've said it before. I'm not really a hair metal fan. I don't even usually call it hair metal. I call it glam rock because it's not worthy of the metal name. But the first couple of albums by Motley Crue were better than the later ones. We'll put it that
Did you ever watch Lords of Chaos?
way.
It was about
Not the
mayhem.
movie. I saw the reaction from the guy from Mayhem and
The
them
bass
talking
player,
shitty about it.
it was a Necro Butcher, right? He was the
Yeah,
one that, yeah.
he's the
I,
only
I,
original member. Yeah.
yeah, I don't even think he watched the movie.
I don't think he did
What he
either,
said in the
but like he
interview.
was just going off about the story, the like, oh yeah, it was
Yeah,
interesting, you know. But
I watched it a week ago. It was, I don't know like what the deal was because it was based in Norway, but everyone's talking in English to one another, and it has that kid from Home Alone as his brother playing
yeah,
as
he was
Euronymous.
really good in Waco, but like, yeah, I know that much. What?
Waco is also weird. I remember watching that.
Yeah, it was weird, but like, it painted a different story than what the media said about the whole situation. So
It really did. They were trying to make it seem like Euronymous was just like a nicer person than usual. I'm like, no, he was a dick.
yeah, exactly.
I just didn't know about the murder in the park. I forgot his name. I think it was Hellhammer or something. Or that was the drummer of Mayhem. It was like some other guy. He was the drummer of Emperor, and I guess he killed some random dude in the park, and that actually happened in real life.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just glad I didn't live there during that time. Like, sorry guys, you're too edgy for me. I'm going.
Yeah, just make sure you're not wearing anything like any of the Scorpions logos and stuff. You know, they'll rip
I
it
thought
off.
that was funny. Yeah. One interesting fact that they did for the movie was the actor they hired to play Varg.
Yeah.
The actor was the actor is Jewish, and they hired him to play Varg
That's awesome. That's awesome. Like,
just to
hey,
piss him
fuck you,
off.
Garg.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Oh, that's great though. Like, I really appreciate them doing that, just because that's some bullshit.
Right.
Get into politics. I have the Burzum anthology record, but like I wouldn't actually go buy all the records. I'm not going to support
Yeah.
them that much.
Yeah, I wouldn't own any Burzum. Knowing me myself, I'm a Mexican descent, so I couldn't own anything like that.
Yeah, it was more of just like, okay, I was when I first got into records, and it was in the clearance bin for good reason, and
I'm like, oh, this
picked
looks
it up.
brutal.
I was like, hey, he's holding the spiked bat, and I'm like, oh, it's black metal. And then you get into it, and it's like, oh yeah, the politics behind this murderer. Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, he's a Nazi. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
like not one of these like, oh, you're more right leaning in your politics, so you're clearly a Nazi. It's like, no, he's an actual Nazi.
I think that's a big problem when it comes to music. It's like you can sing about politics, but you can't say that you lean towards anything, or if you do, then you should keep it to yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's happening. That's happening a lot in my town's a local scene, and it could there's like just a bunch of people in different bands saying like, oh, I'm in the left, I'm in the like super right, let's all vote for Donald Trump. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Play the music. I don't want to know about you. I just want to know the music, please.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
The world's kind of fucked up right now, but we'll keep on trucking.
Well, in Arizona, it's too chaotic. We're actually like one of the number one or one of the highest places in the world right now for coronavirus.
Yeah, COVID-19.
For the pandemic, it's crazy. I actually I tested positive last month, and I had to go through that. It wasn't too bad, but still sucked. I had to stay home for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, wow. Well, I'm glad you made it through it because some people aren't.
Yeah, I still don't have my sense of taste or smell back.
Oh wow, that's messed.
I didn't even know that was the thing that happened, and I
Like,
told my fiance, she's like, you need to get tested.
oh wow, I couldn't smell for a long time, but I was also shoving meth up my nose, so there's that. It's gonna do it too.
That'll probably do it.
Yeah, just burn out. Like, hey, here's this corrosive chemical. Put it all up in your face.
Right.
Oh, stupid. But
So,
yeah.
like, do you usually go on Bandcamp or whatever to discover bands, or how do you discover bands?
I usually just let friends tell me word of mouth is the strongest form of getting things out there, So I usually do that, and then I'll look them up. These interviews are really helping a lot because people be like, "Oh, check this band out, check that band out," And
Well,
so,
I don't know if you see Yob over here, but Yob's like I would say it's more like stoner doom metal. They're from Oregon, like Northwest, and it's I would say it's more cosmic type music. It's just like
okay.
stuff where you like smoke a joint and then you just lay down and fucking listen to Yob, stuff like that.
Well, being in recovery and everything, I can't do that, but I couldn't
Well,
listen to them.
I'm just saying, like, it's like stuff like that, where you could just relax and hang out too.
Awesome. Yeah.
A very good band is right here, Spirit Adrift.
Okay.
They're from Phoenix, and I would say their second album really brought me into it. It was called Curse of Conception, and what it a lot of the music, it's like Ozzy meets old Metallica and Black Sabbath at the same time.
Okay.
And the singer has his own style of music, and I don't know, it's like it's probably like one of the best new bands I've heard in a long time.
Great.
I think they started like 5 or 6 years ago or something, but they're really cool guys.
Cool. I pretty much unplugged from the metal scene for a good 10 to 6 years while I was in active addiction, but this is what I'm doing to plug myself back in. Got to get back in on ground level. One of the coolest bands I've listened to that's pretty new, new to me and everything, was Vervum. I got to interview the bassist from Vervum, Aaron McSporn, and that was really cool. It's like a really technical death metal. Most
Yeah,
guys are based out of Switzerland.
cool, man. That's awesome. That Woods 3 album right there, is that a vinyl or is that
Oh,
just
that's vinyl. Yep, these hold vinyl. If you want to get a vinyl frame, it opens up and you can easily take a record in, take a record out. If you go to artvinyl.com, you can get one there.
there you go. Oh yeah, if you send me a link, I'll probably check them out because
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
They're
starting
based
to have a
in the
lot of.
UK, yeah, it's better to buy them directly from the site than Amazon because then they don't have to pay Amazon their percentage and make Bezos a bajillionaire.
I don't know if it'll hold this though, right?
Probably not. No. It can hold like maybe a two definitely a two LP and maybe a three. I don't know, but yeah.
Well, thankfully everything comes out the box where it's just like, how should I say, an album or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a couple of box sets like that. I've got the Lamb of God Hourglass box set, so Burn the Priest to Wrath, and
This is probably the most expensive
90s.
thing I've ever spent or ever
Yeah,
bought for vinyls. This was
awesome.
like $250. It's like all seven, or no, it's a six typo negative album.
I paid more for that.
Is that the home?
Yes, it is.
How much was that one?
Um, I really don't want to say, but it was more than that. Plus, I got dinged on duty when it came over the
Yeah,
border, so it was like, oh, even worse.
that's probably it right there.
Yeah, but
Um,
it's signed. David Gold signed it. The whole band. Evan Evan Madden signed it too because he was did the drums on it, and that
right.
interview it'll be out by the time this one goes up. So yeah.
Cool. Did you ever listen to the other band they had, Throssenblatt?
Yeah, I have the Canada album. A
That's a
friend
good
told me
one.
about it,
Canada.
how David Gold did the drums on it, and I was like, okay, well, I gotta get it.
Yeah,
Add it to the collection. So I've got all the other Woods of Ypres albums and all the other David Gold stuff. So
yeah. I would say it's an interesting band, Throssenblatt. Like the first album being Canada, and you're just like, oh man, this is heavy as hell. And then all of a sudden they have like an acoustic album. You're like, huh.
I've only listened to the one albums, but thanks for warning me.
No, yeah, I think they have like about three albums right now and
Yeah,
two
three or
two
four.
EPs, something like that. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So do you want to pull out gear band and stuff like that before we get going here?
I don't even have anything open right now. I don't even know how to do this stuff. I'm not a computer guy at all.
But I just
So
meant you could like say, hey, this is my band, and you can find
oh,
us at this place.
oh, my band's called Evasion, and we do have a band camp. We're also on Spotify and all of that stuff. If you're like, I would say if you're into Black Dahlia Murder, then that probably your way of introducing it for some of our older stuff. But we did just finish recording a single too, so that'll be out soon as well.
Awesome. I suggest people go to the band camp and not Spotify because I think you
No,
deserve
I definitely agree.
more than the 0.006 of a cent per listen. And you have to
Yeah,
split that among the whole band, right? So
yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, we don't make a whole ton of money here in town,
yeah.
but we try our best.
Uh, you gotta be internet savvy these days because no one's moving anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not the internet guy at all in the band. I don't even think anybody in the band is. Like with some of the people, we still go out of town and with flyers or like here, go to the show, or we like go to
Old
smoke
school.
shops and just slap it right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so unsavvy with this stuff. I don't even really run the mental health Instagram page. It just sits there.
Yeah,
I just started doing videos, putting them up, and doing all the legwork. Other than that, I need to get better at the social media aspect for sure, 100%,
yeah,
because I want views.
there you go.
But I never tell people to like and subscribe because, well, YouTube's been around long enough. People should know what they want to do if they want to see more, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Or eventually you might start a Patreon or something. That's
Yeah,
probably
yeah. Once I built a little bit of following, I'm not just trying to mooch off my friends at that point.
right. Cool, man.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for being on Mental Health Fan Edition, Jonathan, and
Yeah,
I'll look forward to seeing your band and stuff when things get normal, if they ever do.
yeah. I'll send you a friend request and probably send you some of our music or something. So
Oh, great. Yeah, I'd look forward to that. Thanks.
cool, man.
All right,
Sounds good.
thanks. Bye.
All right, you have a good one.